Hey, I'm Mack. Ugh. Daddy's angry. Daddy is angry. Oh, Daddy's angry. So, I've been meaning to react to this video for like the past week, and you know what video I'm talking about, okay? This guy, this guy who's got an opinion about an issue affecting women, because this is new. Like, step back, everybody. A man's got an opinion, okay? So everybody listen, okay? About anti-MLM. But first of all, let me just talk about the fact that I've been meaning to react to it for like the past week, but the past week I've been like super sick. Normally I'm like an offensively high energy person. I don't know if you can tell, but this past week I have footage of it. Check this out.
Oh, fuck. Am I awake? I'm awake. Damn it. Okay, listen. Mac, you don't get sick. Other people get sick. You don't get sick. See, look, you're already feeling so much better. See, look, Daddy's doing good today. He looks hot and shit!
Yeah, and that's how I was like the entire past week while everyone's reacting to this except for me. Anyway. So I've been waiting to get around to this, and I've already recorded this video once, but the last time that I did it, I was so shouty that it was kind of difficult to appreciate anything that I was saying. But now I feel like I am ready. I am ready, alright? I'm ready. I'm very ready. Wait, nope, this is the right. Now I'll admit, I'm self-aware, and I was worried about the optics of two men arguing about an issue that supposedly is affecting women, although men certainly do like to use that as a reason to just spout their own opinions about some type of societal control. I'm just saying. And I figured that most women would probably see it and go, oh, two men arguing about issues that supposedly affect women. Well, what the fuck else is new? But I actually sought the opinion of women in my community about whether or not they would welcome my opinion on this matter and whether I should offer my input. And they said yes. So I'm gonna, alright? So we got a little bit of an anti-MLM sausage fest going on in here, alright? We're gonna have some hot, heavy, man-on-man action. No. But we can have some man talk, alright? Man talk. Finally, someone's gonna listen to a man's opinion. I can't even get through that without laughing. But we can talk about some man issues, like men. You know that feeling that you get when your testosterone is like telling you to do something, and it's like telling you something about that person over there, but you're not sure if it's telling you that you're supposed to go fight that person, or if it's telling you that you're supposed to go have sex with that person. Actually, let's put a pin in this. We're in mixed company, okay? We'll finish that discussion at a later time. Plus, that's not the issue that I'm having with this person right here that I'm about to react to. Alright, so this guy is telling us that being anti-MLM is being anti-woman. Well, I'm certainly very excited to see his, what I'm sure are very well-reasoned and well-informed arguments about this issue. So, why don't we just get right fucking to it.
Marketing anti-women. Right now I'm going to touch on 3 different categories of anti-women stand.
All right. Normally, when I see an article or like a video where the title is a yes or no question, normally I would cut it off right there and just go, nope, cool. Didn't even have to read the article. But I guess we'll see what this guy has to say, and I'll try to stop shouting.
It says, I've seen touched on by the anti-MLM community, whether it be people in the comment section or content creators themselves. And those 3 categories are exploitation, predation, and degradation of women. Let's start with the exploitative side of anti-MLM. So a common argument against multi-level marketing is that those in the top ranks of these companies are making money off the backs of those in the bottom ranks. Now, oftentimes the people in the bottom levels of these companies, which are female dominated, are...
I'm going to stop you right there. Female dominated usually implies, like, dominated would mean a level of control or executive function or some type of, governance or ownership. And, so you would think that if they were female dominated, that you would see a lot of them that were founded or owned or run by female executives. Yet the only one I can think of that even has a woman involved in the founding or in the executive level is LuLaRoe. And even there, I get the sense that it really seems like Mark has a lot more to do with the actual operations. Like, cause Deanne and LuLaRoe, I don't know. I don't get the sense that she's like really involved with like the business decisions, but she might be. But I'm thinking, okay, Monate, founded by a man, currently run by a man. Herbalife, founded by a man. They're all founded and run by men. So if they're female dominated, if they're such a source of like feminist female empowerment, why aren't there any women in the executive levels? Why aren't any of the founders women? Why are they all men? Explain that to me.
Often given the label of victim in the anti-MLM world. And I believe the anti-MLM world and that whole movement is also making money off the backs of these same...
Okay, but that's not the same thing. First of all, you haven't even established why these people aren't victims. And I'm sorry, I don't know if you disagree with the statistics that are actually provided by the companies themselves. The companies themselves, according to their statistics, the companies themselves tell you in their income disclosures that over 99% of people who participate lose money. And this is despite the fact that they tell them that they will make money. They tell them that they will make money, even though above 99% of them will lose money. I would call someone who falls prey to that type of scheme to be a victim. But maybe we have different definitions of victim. But furthermore, what you're conflating here, even if anti-MLM content is as lucrative as you think it is, even so, what you're saying is that this is your argument. Your argument is that if A swindles B out of money, and then C gives D money to talk about what A did to B, then what C has done is just as bad as what A did, which is not the case. Okay? See, the MLM companies, the people at the top of these companies are directly taking money from the distributors at the bottom. The money is coming from the pockets of the people at the bottom of the company, and it is going to the people at the top. We are not taking money from the lower levels of MLM companies. We're not taking their money, okay? The people at the top of MLM companies, they're taking money directly from those distributors and using that to line their own pockets, just like your girlfriend Kimberleia is doing when she sees fit to further take advantage of these victims. And they are victims, okay? I'm not having a semantic discussion with you about the definition of victim, because that's just absurd. But it seems like this is what you fundamentally don't understand, is that the making money off the backs of the people at the bottom is that the people at the top are directly taking money. There's money that the people at the bottom have, and the people at the top are taking that money away from them and putting it in their pocket. Nobody in the anti-MLM community is taking money away from these women. Okay, like that's not what's occurring, and it seems like you fundamentally don't understand that.
So-called victims. Now you may be saying, well, some people in the community don't monetize their anti-MLM stance, either as content creators or viewers or commenters. However, building a social media following of any size has a value in today's society, and I've seen some.
That's certainly true, but that doesn't in any way invalidate the points. Just because someone has a social media following doesn't mean that what they're doing is wrong or make what they're doing like illegitimate in any way. Like I don't understand where you're getting with that. I mean, you're making a social media following. I mean, so doesn't that mean that you're making money off the backs of the anti-MLM community? Like, do you see how like that it just doesn't work, because you can just easily draw that argument out into absurdity.
Anti-MLM creators point out in early stages of their content creation that they don't make money off their videos, and then
I've never really seen anti-MLM creators like making a huge point of that. I mean, some creators might. I mean, but I don't really think that. I don't think if anyone has pointed that out, I don't think that they mean the same thing when they're pointing that out that you're thinking that they mean. Like, I don't think that they're saying, oh, I don't make money off of this, therefore it's valid. I don't think that's what they're talking about there. I mean, just because someone makes money off of something doesn't make it illegitimate or doesn't make it false. Like, most colleges make money. I mean, is any monetized video just invalid then? Like, that doesn't make any sense. And furthermore, again, if they are making money, they're not taking the money that they're making from the distributors. The money is coming from like advertisers or channel members or whatever. The money is, they're not taking money away from people who haven't chosen to give it to them or from advertisers. Like, so you're really just conflating the source of the money, and you're kind of missing the entire point, dude.
See them have ads on their video when I revisit their pages. So this to me supports what a recent article on this whole industry has said, which is that basically anti-MLM, the label, is now being exploited to build personal brands online rather than be that educational movement that it started out as.
Why can't it be both?
On the flip side, when I see people celebrating someone, a lot of times a woman, technically working for free, especially in the anti-MLM world, meaning they may be building a valuable following online, but it's not monetized to the point where they can pay their bills with the revenue from that following. So to me, that is actually an anti-woman stance, because you are celebrating a woman working for free. Something.
So, okay, so if they do make money off of it, that's anti-woman. And then if they don't make money off of it, that's also anti-woman?
Often criticized in the anti-MLM community in regards to the time it takes to make a profit, if ever, in multi-level marketing.
Listen, bucko, 99.7% of the time, you will never make a profit in multi-level marketing. Stop acting like it's something that's likely to happen, because it's not. Okay? I'm trying so hard to stay calm, because his ignorance is so infuriating. And furthermore, they're not working for free when it's someone working in an MLM, okay? They're paying money to work. They are giving, like for Monat, for example, they're giving Monat $2,400 every year that they work for them. They're losing $1.14 every hour that they work for Monat. Every hour they lose $1.14. That's not working for free. If you ask me, that's being victimized.
Also, this is contradictory to a lot of the conversations around women working for free in general. Now, the exploitation is very apparent when these quote-unquote horror stories are used to scare people who are anti-MLM from going to the middle on this topic. To me, it is Antiwoman to scare a community of mostly women into not making certain decisions for themselves and using examples of people going from anti-MLM to MLM to keep people on your side, because to me it shows a weakness in the anti-argument. If your side has such strong standing on what you believe, how can someone leave for the thing that you criticize and are so strongly against, and also be framed as this person who left and almost took down an entire movement? Also, turning people's pain into entertainment, in my opinion, is exploitative, because a lot of what I've seen is content that starts out educational and then it turns into entertainment once that one point is made in one video, and then it starts coming up over and over and over again in dozens of videos with the same points being made for the same group of people over and over again. And to me, this mimics cult-like behavior, which I will touch on in a future video regarding MLMs and the anti-MLM stance. Now,
bro, if you watched any of the horror stories, you would see some cult-like behavior. I'm not even going to respond to that point. I'm not even going to respond to that point. Here's the thing. The thing you're describing, you clearly have a thing for Kimberlea. I'm not trying to be a little schoolyard bully or whatever, but like I don't know if you like her or something, but like you keep going back to what she did, and furthermore, she hasn't even released any of the results on her current MLM business. And again, you're just ignoring the statistical realities of MLM. Like, because all these points that you're making, they're all like very like emotional, or like how the content makes you feel, or you don't feel like it's educational enough, or you feel like it's taking advantage, or it's building a social. This is all irrelevant, because the statistical realities would tell you that yes, it's predatory. Yes, they are victims. No, this isn't like a viable business opportunity. Like that's just the statistical reality, dude. Like you, like it's so weird. It's so hard to like it. For one thing, like his, I will say, if he's trying to be inflammatory, he's doing a really good job of it, because I'm trying so hard to not start like absolutely just shouting right now. But I'm by trying to just keep it dialed back to like, there's just some core statistical facts that he either chooses to ignore or that he's just not understanding. And I don't know what it is going on with him and Kimberlea. Like, I don't know if he likes what he sees or whatever. I don't know, but like it's really weird how he keeps going back to that story when it's something that's only happened like one time. You know, I don't know what's going on there.
Now, in regards to predatory behavior, another criticism of multi-level marketing, or as some call it network marketing, is the appearance of preying on people's vulnerabilities or pain points to market the product or business opportunity. Now, some of those pain points are often a desire for purpose or income or a community. So in my opinion, the anti-MLM stance preys on people's ignorance by showing only the bad stories and unethical business practices, when in reality there are also good stories and ethical business practices in.
No, there really aren't, because 99.7% of people who go into these companies lose money. And I'm sorry, but we're simply not going to cover what's happening 0.3% of the time, especially when, and I've proven this in past videos, and you're welcome to take a look at them, that the 0.3 successes, those happen by the transfer of money from the bottom people to the top. And so that's not an ethical thing. While that is a success, and that happens, 0.3% of the time, that's something that's not to be celebrated, because that really is reprehensible behavior. And we're just not going to celebrate someone taking a bunch of money from people that they've swindled into this, opportunity. I'm trying so hard to hold back. We're just not going to celebrate that, especially when it happens so rarely.
These companies, because if you look for the good, you will find the good. If you look for the bad, you will find the bad. And in the anti-MLM argument's case, preying on people's bad experiences is a way to get and keep people in the quote-unquote anti-mindset that only exists because of the MLMs and the results that they produce.
You're exactly right. The anti-mindset exists because of the MLMs and what they have done. That's why we're here, because we want to put a stop to these companies who take advantage of people. I don't know why it's so hard. I don't know if you're just really cynical. I don't know if it's I really don't know. I don't know if you just can't believe that we have a good cause in mind. I really don't get it. I don't understand what's so hard for you to grasp about this, but you really don't get it at all. I mean, if you just look at the statistics, dude, just look at the numbers. It's right there in black and white. And these are numbers that are provided by the companies themselves. It's nothing that we're making up. This is what the companies say is happening.
Scares people into expressing any other viewpoint besides the anti-MLM viewpoint.
We don't scare anyone into expressing any viewpoint. And again, you're going back to Kimberlea. I don't know what bothers you so much about this. The issue with Kimberlea is that she made herself out to be one thing. She took a lot of money from subscribers, from channel members. She heavily monetized this and took money from them, claiming to be one thing, and she turned out to be something else entirely. And she had just the least graceful exit from the community that she possibly could, which again calls into question her skills in the areas that she claims to be skilled in, because there are graceful ways to leave a community. And she basically did the opposite of that, which, kind of sounds like maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Recently, we've seen an example of what happens when someone is on the outs with the anti-MLM community,
Here we go.
especially when they leave after being a part of that anti-MLM community, which brings me to the degradation of women point that I've seen displayed in the anti-MLM community. Let's start with just education in general. So for a community that says it is about educating people on what happens in MLMs to prevent people from joining and using unethical business practices within them, it sure is interesting
that shit-eating face, man. That shit-eating face. It sure is interesting. 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 Ugh. I just want to wipe that little grin off your face, man. I really do. It sure is interesting. Ugh. Sorry.
see a person on the outs, education history being discredited. If you were pro-women empowerment, wouldn't you be celebrating a woman trying to better herself? And why?
Yeah, I would.
And why is it okay to put a woman down because she's doing something a little bit different than maybe you would do it on a similar?
Okay, let me tell you why. So, for example, if someone murders someone on the street, it's totally fine for me to degrade them because they're doing something a little bit different from me. Okay? That's why we're against Kimberlea, your little love interest or something. I don't know what it is that I don't know if you have the hots for her or something. I really don't know. I don't know why you're so obsessed with her. Okay? I really don't. I really don't. But clearly, you're not listening to reason, man. The issue is not that she's doing something a little bit different. The issue is that she sees these women who have been swindled out of money, and she thinks, I could make more money off of them. I can get them to give me more of their money that they don't have any extra of. Let me see if I can use this opportunity to extract more money from them, to further take advantage of them, to further kick them while they're down, and personally enrich myself and personally profit of it, to personally line my own pockets off of their suffering. Disgusting. It's disgusting, dude. I don't know why you're so hell-bent on defending Kimberlea. I really don't. I don't know if you have the hots for her. I don't know what it is. All right. But you need to stop and you need to listen to what's actually happening instead of just spewing a bunch of garbage. Because, listen, we're not, like, none of what you're saying makes any fucking sense. You sound so fucking dumb and unaware of just basic realities right now. You sound so fucking stupid.
Note, a video came out recently on the situation surrounding this person that is now on the outs with the community, in which there was criticism of her claiming to have expertise in multiple areas.
Why would a person who has expertise in those areas do something that causes them to lose 6,000 subscribers? Like, that discredits her right there. Oh my goodness.
Now, to me, this is the opposite of empowering women as well, because
empowerment is not unconditional. It's not unconditional. You have to be worthy of being empowered in order to be supported. You can't just do whatever the fuck you want and get the support just because you're a woman and it's other women. Like, you don't, like, whatever you do doesn't automatically get support. What you do needs to be worthy of being supported. If it's reprehensible, then it's reprehensible, whether it's women and other women or whether it's any, no matter who it is, okay? I mean, if you went out and shot somebody on the street, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to be like, woo, female empowerment. Like, that doesn't make any sense, okay?
I thought the modern woman was supposed to be able to do it all if they choose, and that was supposed to be
I thought that the modern woman was supposed to be whatever the fuck she wants to be, all right? Stop prescribing a role for her. And again, you are creating a straw man argument. What you're doing, okay? Because it's hard to argue against that, because what you're doing is you're ignoring what our actual argument is, and you're creating your own argument that you can refute, because it's easier for you to refute that argument than for you to refute our actual argument, which is based on facts and statistics and the actual behavior of this person that you are defending. But it's hard to defend the behavior of this person, so you're creating this straw man that that we just hate women who are multi-talented. I just hate them so much. I want to kill those women. How dare they be multi-talented? See, because that's a straw man argument. It's easier for you to take down this straw man than it is for you to actually engage with what our arguments are. Okay. And this is literally the only way I'm keeping my blood pressure down at this point.
Celebrated. So in my opinion, degrading a woman for confidence in her competence in multiple areas is not progressive. It is actually regressive. One point
I'm not addressing that point because it's a straw man.
I agree on with MLMs that is talked about in the anti-MLM community is the seemingly overpriced products and distributors not being able to set their own prices of the products they sell. The problem is when someone left the community for an MLM, then created a supplemental product in which she could set the price herself, she was and still is being heavily criticized and labeled a quote-unquote scammer.
That's not why she's being criticized. Once again, this is another straw man, and I'm not going to engage with it.
So how can you say you are pro-women empowerment, than bash a woman for charging what she feels she is worth. Especially
because that's not what we did.
When someone in the anti-MLM community, maybe more than one at this point, are trying to do the same thing regarding some social media training and influencer training. That to me is not women supporting women. But I'm sure there will be some people still trying to justify this behavior somehow. But at the end of the day, I know, and I know a lot of people are finally waking up to this. That
no, they're not. This is like the same thing that like Trump does when he's like, many people say.
It's becoming clear that the quote-unquote pro-women, women-supporting women, whatever you want to call it, movement is actually being weaponized by many as a means to an end for total authority over people. And in my opinion, this is being shown in the recent behavior of...
Is anyone else getting like major like all lives matter vibes?
The anti-MLM community. So I look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section below. And if you want more multi-level marketing MLM related content, make sure to tap or click the screen next to me if you are watching on YouTube. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
So, ignoring your straw man that I'm not going to engage with, this is the core of the issue here. You are saying that the crux of the issue comes down to whether or not you believe that the people who are roped into these schemes are victims. If you look at the statistics that are provided by the companies themselves, you can check out my previous video on Monate, you can check out my video on Young Living, and you will see that over 99% of the participants lose money. They lose money 99% of the time. Every hour that someone works the Monate scheme, they lose an average of $1.14 every hour that they waste in this scheme. Nobody would choose that, okay? I don't know if you think that women have some biological thing that makes them have a crazy affinity for essential oils or for selling overpriced shampoo or ugly leggings, but they don't, okay? The reason that there are so many women involved in these schemes is that women are targeted by these schemes. Women are victimized by these schemes because I call someone who loses money in a opportunity that they were told they would make money in, I call that person a victim. Okay, and to use the demographics of the victims of this scheme, to use those victims' demographics as a shield to like defend it from criticism has got to be one of the most disgusting, dumbest arguments I've ever heard. I'm going to make an analogy here, and I'm not saying the offenses are the same. I'm saying the reasoning is analogous. It's like saying that being against sexual assault is being anti-woman because the majority of sexual assault victims are women. Do you see how that makes no fucking sense? Okay, and yet you're defending these companies that are founded and run by men. Men with penises, not women. They are founded and run by men, not women. To defend them by saying that it's anti-woman because the victims of these companies are women. The victim of these male-founded, male-run companies that victimize women, to say it's anti-woman, to criticize them, is so fucking dumb. It is the dumbest line of reasoning I've ever heard. It's so transparently fucking stupid that I can't believe you made a video about it, dude. Like, I don't see how you don't see how this immediately falls apart, but maybe when you finish fucking constructing your straw man and maybe actually listen to some statistical realities and stop worshiping the ground and smelling Kimberlea's farts, maybe you'll come around. But you know what? I'm not counting on it because nobody who makes that fucking dumb of an argument, who has the audacity to spew that much stupidity into a video, I don't see you coming around anytime soon, alright? But seriously, just get the fuck out of here with that noise. Get the fuck out with that reasoning. Get out. Bye. I've been Mac. Peace out. Bye!